can we say there's still room for next Google or for next Facebook or next WhatsApp? Do you believe there's still possibility for young generation to come up with really crazy, innovative things, or it's all going to be controlled by big global corporations and you will be only part of one big organization? What's your? It's a little provocative, but
that was really dark.
yes, yes.
Yes,
It's not just a nice room, you know.
No, it's very dark fantasy. I think this has been happening over and over again. I think this will happen again. The bigger the company gets, the more boring it is, the harder it is for the big company to do something new. It can normally buy something, but even that has some limits, right? So many big companies truly struggle to stay afloat for as long as possible. But there is some, I know, biological cycle for this. So I really do not see any prerequisites to have some apocalyptical scenarios. So the young startups will come, surely. And I think there are even more and more prerequisites for that to happen with that aforementioned AI functionality. There is less and less limits for somebody to be, because historically, of course, the bigger you were, theoretically, that gave you more and more advantage. These days, there are a lot of, the democracy of entrepreneurship, I think, is still increasing, whatever is happening on the political side. I think the ability for different parts of the world to be creative, I think, are increasing rather than decreasing. And I think the Silicon Valley, many years now, is not holding the monopoly on being super cool, right? So I think there are many opportunities for young people in the future, surely.
Cool, thank you.
And I think that the big companies, they have to be really aware and find ways how they work with the smaller, more agile companies, because again, coming back to the technology cycles, we notice, for example, for large corporative companies, the R&D departments, they have to think about ways how do they, again, work with maybe universities or startups, because you have to bring new fields of expertise and maybe even the products you will never think about as a company, So how do you bring completely new areas? Like, Kodak was a notorious example, where they try to stay where they are. So, and this is one of the challenge of the large corporative companies. So whether they work with the startups or they take shares of startups, so they have to find ways in order to survive in future. I think it's something they have to be really aware that the small companies, they are more able to adapt to these shorter technology cycles than the large guys. So I think this is rather maybe the risk for them than for the small companies.